Hi everybody, good morning. Good morning, good morning, morning. Hope that you guys can hear me okay. Oh, I did bring that down. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Hope it's good. Going to work. Hi Marie, good morning. We have wet hair, so I'm actually going to put a blow dry on it, which I haven't done. I haven't blow dried my hair in, it's been almost 2 weeks. Good morning, I can see comments, which is good. It's been almost 2 weeks since I blow dried this, Barnet. Right, I've got a gift for you all. Okay, so I got to thinking, if you caught my live yesterday, I did explain this a little bit, and then basically I put my brain down on paper last night. Haven't done this for a while, but I got to thinking that you guys right now are needing, it is really hot, Laura, really hot. You guys are needing specific, do this, do that, do this, tick it off, get this done, repeat, eat, sleep, rinse, repeat. And I think when you're left to your own devices, including me, what happens is we get really overwhelmed. There's a lot of noise on social media. Things feel a lot harder than they ever did. And we are stuck in this rut of having the same customer base, this same little customer base. And we are asking them to buy mystery bags, to buy treat bags, to join, to do club. And that because that customer base isn't growing and there's little growth happening, it feels harder and harder, and more than likely those customers are becoming more and more stocked up on Scensty, so they're buying less and less, so your PRV is dropping. If that is what is happening to you right now, give me a tick, say yes, this is me, Lisa, you've just hit the nail on the head. And then what happens is we become overwhelmed, we become disconnected, we become unengaged, we start feeling very negative about our business, about Scensty, and then we get distracted and we do other things. Because do you know what? Is it really worth putting all that time and effort in for like a little 50 quid or 30 quid in your bank account? It's not, right? It ends up costing you more than what you're actually putting into your business. So I created something which I'm going to give you, which is called the success method. And you've got two choices, okay? If you are a yes in all those things that I've just said, you might not be. You might be like, not really, Lise. And if you're a yes, just comment, okay? Let me know. And I think if you're a yes to, I just don't know what to do, and I feel like I'm winging it all the time, and I just don't know what to do, Lise, this is going to help you. So you've got two choices. I'm going to give you a Canva link, which will be a template, and I'm going to suggest that you don't add anything to this, but the template will be so that you can access it via Canva if you're an online person, and you can literally tick it online. I'm a pen and paper girl, so I'm going to print this out, and I'm going to print one out a week. The aim will be to print one of these each week. So if you don't have access to a printer, it might be worth grabbing yourself a really cheap printer. You can pick them up for about 30 quid these days. Or ask a friend if they will print it for you, print it at your work, whatever works for you, okay? Save it as an image on your phone and use the drawing tab on it. But you need to have access to this somewhere, okay? So this is your structure. This is the structure I'm going to give you, Laura. It's called the success method. I think these are the things that I do on a regular basis, and I've fallen out of some of these things that make me successful. And when some of you sort of say to me, but how, but why, I'm going to now drive you back to this every time. When you say to me, I'm struggling for sales, we have conversations one-to-one, I'm going to drive you back to this form. This is such the teacher in me, but so you can print this. You've got 3 blocks. You're going to choose what blocks work for you and your business. There are going to be some of you that do not want to grow a team. So therefore, block number 2 is going to be irrelevant for you. You can just cross that block out. If you are just concentrating on sales and growing your customer base, block 1 and 2 are going to be your best friends. If you want your business to grow as a whole, then all 3 blocks are going to be for you. And this is going to be a weekly checklist. It looks like a lot, but it's really not. Now, the aim is to do everything on here, but I've given you some of the tasks are daily, which is hard, and some of the tasks are weekly. The daily tasks you could do in your garden, for an hour, but you're going to have to find the time to block it in your day. I can't do that bit for you. I'm going to give you everything you need to do. You need to decide, how can I fit this in? And I'm going to be honest with you. If you really want growth, some of this might need to be done by getting up half an hour earlier in the morning. You might have to become a 5:30 club member, okay? If you work full time and you get 30 minutes at lunch, a couple of these things might have to be done in your lunch break, and then you could possibly do the rest while you're watching Love Island of a night time. If you ask me, Love Island time is when your customers are all probably on their phones doom scrolling anyway. I personally would probably say lots of these things you could get done of an evening. So without further ado, I'm going to give you this, so you don't need to write notes or anything. You've got all the days of the week here, so you can tick each task and when you do it. So daily tasks to grow your customer base. The first thing is ask 2 customers to refer a friend. This is a daily task, okay? It's something that you can pick 2 people out of your customer base and just ask them, do you know I've got a referral program, and is there anybody you'd like to refer? Now, what I've also done on this second sheet is giving you a space where you can actually write down things. So you can write notes. So who did I speak to? You might want to print a couple of these so that you can, and these are what I would keep. I'm not going to keep these. These can go in the bin at the end of each week. But this is going to be the bit you want to keep because it's the mental note. Now, I was going through my diary yesterday. This is what triggered this. And I was like, oh my God, I was going to ask that girl to join. I haven't gone back and done it. I haven't asked these 4 people on this list to join my team. Now, if I'd have had their names written somewhere, I probably would have been more triggered to send the message. Okay, so this is going to be the important bit. This is a bit like what you're going to be adding in Connect. I would love to see in Connect somewhere where it was like I'm going to put this forward to scensty, but like a working list where I can move people into like a box and actually write a note next to them, like potential joiners, potential borrow bag people. I would like that on Connect. We haven't got that on Connect right now. So instead, I've created it on paper, okay? So going back to this, ask 2 people. Post twice a day in your customer space. Notice I said space. I haven't said Facebook. I haven't said WhatsApp. I haven't said stories. I haven't said Instagram. Wherever you are using it, twice a day about scensty. Okay, not just posting. Twice a day about 2 different products. So that's all we're looking at to start with. Advertise you, your group, or a product on a community page. So by community page, we're talking about Facebook community pages. You could advertise you by, I'm a local consultant, would anybody like a free sample pack? I have a borrow bag that's free to go. I would be posting it there. And it doesn't have to be the same group. You could pick different community groups. You could, you know, find a community space. It might well be the community space is actually at the end of your gym class, and you ask everybody in the gym class if somebody wants to take your borrow bag, okay? That's once a week. So that's just a weekly task because I think that's quite a big thing to do. Ask one person to have a party daily. Pick somebody in your customer group, write them down. If need be, add them on here so you remember, who have I asked to party? You could do like a party list. Yes, no, maybe. You could also do that on your phone. I would probably put this list I will probably put on my phone because then it's with me all the time. Offer a borrow bag once a day. Advertise, I've spelt wrong, sample packs once a week. I would put them on your public Facebook page, your stories, and probably a community page maybe. And then speak to 3 people on social media that are not your customers daily. So that is commenting on posts, just being social, okay? So they're your growth tasks for your new customers. If you want to grow your team, I'm always through these, I won't talk about them all, but advertise the join opportunity once a week. Ask 1 person to join your team every day. This is where this is going to become really useful because you can write their name down and write a little bit of notes like next to it, what they said, tick them off. And when they become a teamie, you can literally cross them off and put a big highlighter and big hearts around their name. Post about the join opportunity on a public space. Public space, if your Facebook is not public, you need to find somewhere public to put it. If your stories and your Facebook is public, then you're all good to go. TikTok, all of those things. Ask a customer to take a shopping link to earn a kit. Now, that is probably a weekly task. I don't think that's necessarily a daily task, but I haven't put that on there. You can choose when you do that. Share info on the join kits, that's weekly. And then speak to someone new about scensty once a day. Someone new. That was Orville's challenge to us. Really, that probably goes and grow your customer base, but I run out of boxes, so I just chucked it in there. Okay, the last bit is about growing your brand and visibility. So becoming more visible on social media, becoming more visible, you know, wherever you go. Post on Instagram or a TikTok reel twice a week. That's a hard one, okay? But we've got to start doing these things, guys. I am giving you a big tip. Start using TikTok if you're not. I'm not going to say no more, but start using it, okay? Your aim is to grow to 500 to 1,000 followers. So get yourself out there. TikTok's the easiest platform to use. Easiest platform to grow on, okay? And it doesn't just have to be about scensty. Post your life on there. Post your reels on there. Post your mum content, your fitness content, whatever you're doing. Okay. Talk about your 4 pillars on socials once a day. Now, one of your 4 pillars. So it might be, for example, yesterday I did a reel on Diet Coke. People now know me for Diet Coke. I get people messaging me all the time. Lisa, I see this reel, I thought of you. I see this jumper, I thought of you. I see this t-shirt, I thought of you. So that's just one of my pillars. If you like, fitness is another. Scensty is another. You know, all of those things roll into one. Add 5 people to your socials weekly. Now, I would say to your socials, you either want your Instagram or your TikTok or your Facebook to grow by 5 people, or your customer group to grow by 5 people. You can choose how that works, but obviously the more people you're adding as friends, the more people you're meeting, the more people you're branching out and meeting people's friends of friends, that's when you're going to get more eyes on what you're doing. Invite new people to join your customer group weekly. Easy one. Ask a small business to collab with you. So you could ask one business a week. Estate agents, hair salons, you know, all of these things where you could take samples and leave samples or offer them something to go in a goodie bag. But you're going to have to do the work for that one. That's quite a tough one, but very good return on it if you can make it work. Ask for a customer to post a review once a day. That's the most important one, in my opinion. And then ask someone to join Scensty Club. So, now, it's a lot. It looks like a lot. There is quite a lot of tasks on there. You might say, Lisa, that's too much. But to start with, I'm just going to work on this block and doing this each week. Absolutely fine. As you feel more confident and these become habits, you can start to add in some of these. You might well say to me, I'm going to pick half of these and half of these and half of these. Make it work for you. But by me giving you this, I am giving you all the things that you could do that will help your business to become more successful. It's a list, it's a working list. If you did this for 90 days and you said to me, Lisa, at the end of 90 days, I've had no new customers and I've had no new team members and nothing has grown, then I would be shocked. I think we would need to look at, but you've got to take something like this and actually do it daily. That's the hard bit. The hard bit is sticking with it consistently and doing it. But hopefully by giving you something like this, you can print it off and you can be like, I'm going to look at it, put it somewhere where I'm going to look at it each day and tick. Look at it each day, tick. It is a lot. It is a lot. However, you make it work for you. And I feel like some of you will say, like the most important one for most of you is to grow your customer base block. The rest of these things will happen naturally. Like, it may well be that you ask somebody to have a party, they say no, but they say they will take a shopping link. So you can almost tick 2 of those things at once. It may well be that you ask someone to have a party and they say no, and instead you settle on the fact that you are quite happy for them to do a review or refer a friend. So you can tick some of these things off, like tick, tick, okay? It doesn't have to be, you know, that you've got 30 different customers that you've got to find to do all of these different things. Some of these things will happen naturally. It will be natural conversations that will lead from one thing to the next to the next. And also, I like the fact that not everything on here is about go and sell 20 PRV, go and sell 200 PRV, because the sales will come when these things are happening naturally. When people start seeing you more, having more visibility, that's not just ChatGPT posts, it's not just, you posting like a robot, that's showing people who you are. We used to do challenges in here all the time, and it was like, get your face in your products, like talk to the camera, be brave enough about putting your face in the camera. I'm going to challenge you to get back to doing that stuff, guys, because in all honesty, if I look at everybody that's on this live now and I go and scroll down your Facebook and go and scroll down your Instagram and your TikTok, probably maybe only one or two of you, I could go, yeah, you look like a scensty consultant. And some of you, it might be you just look like you only sell scensty because you only use your social media to post scensty, and I'm not seeing anything about you as a person, so therefore it's not creating no trust. And some of you don't even post publicly about scensty at all, like anywhere. And you just stick to your customer group, and that group is not growing because the work behind the scenes isn't always happening either. This is a mix of working behind the scenes. This is a mix of working publicly. You can pick and choose what works for you. If you are looking at something and being like, okay, look, the reels, for example, I don't want to do, absolutely fine. However, if posting on a community page you're not doing because you're worried about what people think of you, it's time to stop that, because you're not going to grow if that's your thoughts. If I worried what people think of me, some of the stuff I put out on social media in the last year, and trust me, I've had people message me and going, oh my God, are you okay? Like, is your whole world collapsing? And it's not, but it's creating engagement, it's creating conversation, it's boosting my sales. My sales have definitely gone up since doing all of these things and posting more in different places. But what this isn't, it's not just like a social media plan. It's not just this isn't a quick fix, okay? This isn't going to be something that's going to make you sales today. It might, if you go and do all those things today and tick it all off. But what it is going to do is going to give you clarity. It's going to give you direction in your business. It's going to give you a checklist so you can physically say, I'm doing the right things. And for some of you that maybe are not growing, but you want to grow, but you just don't know what to do, so then you do nothing. This is going to be, if you said to me, I'm taking that checklist and I'm running with it, and your PRV hasn't gone up by the end of the month, I might be coming to you and saying, what's happening? Because this does work. This does work, okay? It's hard. It's not easy. You're going to get a lot of no's. You're going to get a lot of ghosting. But your visibility is going to be there. You've just got to give it time. So I really hope you like it. I am going to just tweak it just to sort the spelling mistakes out after my dentist appointment. I will share these in all the groups so you've got them. If you've got team members and they don't really know what to do, then you can tag them in this live, get them to come and watch it before they start trying to use it and they're like, I don't know what to do with this. And we go from there. We roll. I hope you like it. I really do. You are going to have sample packs on hand for this to work. So before you advertise sample packs, I'll get those made up. And you are going to have a borrow bag ready. They are going to be really important things. So, yeah, good luck. You can do this, guys. You can do this.